In today's world, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by other people's opinions, expectations, and demands. Sometimes it seems like everyone wants something from you, your time, your attention, your agreement. Whether it's at work, at home, or even on social media, the pressure to please others just never seems to stop. I've felt it myself. There are days when I catch myself worrying about what someone else might think, or feeling stressed because I can't make everyone happy. And honestly, it's exhausting. It's like you're carrying the weight of everyone else's happiness on your shoulders. There have been times when I've changed my plans, or even my opinions, just to avoid disappointing someone. And while I thought I was being helpful, all it really did was leave me feeling drained and frustrated. That's why I was so intrigued when I picked up the Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. This isn't just another self-help book. It's a practical guide to finding peace, freedom, and confidence, without having to change everyone else around you. Mel Robbins' main message is simple but powerful. Stop trying to control other people and start focusing on your own happiness and well-being. She calls it the Let Them Theory, and it's already helped millions of people around the world. It's a simple phrase, let them, but it can completely change the way you see your relationships, your work, and even yourself. In this video, I'm going to share 5 lessons from the Let Them Theory that you can start using today, whether you're dealing with difficult coworkers, family drama, or just the everyday stress of modern life. If you want to check out the book, there's a link in the description box below. And if you find this video helpful, please take a second to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. It helps us reach more people who are looking for practical ways to build a happier, more peaceful life. Alright, let's dive into the first lesson from the Let Them Theory. Lesson 1. You can't control other people, and that's okay. One of the biggest ideas in the Let Them Theory is that we spend way too much time and energy trying to control other people. We want our friends to act a certain way. We want our coworkers to agree with us. We want our family to support our choices. But the truth is, we can't control anyone else. We can only control ourselves. Mel Robbins says that when you finally accept this, it's like a weight lifts off your shoulders. Instead of getting frustrated or anxious when people don't do what you want, you can just let them. Let them think what they want. Let them make their own decisions. Let them live their own lives. This doesn't mean you stop caring about people. It just means you stop trying to manage their behavior. For me, this was a huge relief. I realized how much time I'd spent worrying about things that were never really in my control. When I started to let go, I felt lighter and more focused on what actually matters, my own actions and my own happiness. If you're feeling stressed because someone isn't meeting your expectations, try saying to yourself, let them. It's a simple phrase, but it can change your whole perspective. Here's an example. Maybe you have a friend who always cancels plans at the last minute. Instead of getting upset or trying to change them, just let them. Let them be who they are and decide how you want to respond. You can choose to make plans with someone else or not take it personally. It's about accepting what you can't control and putting your energy where it really counts. Lesson 2. Boundaries are a gift to yourself and others. Another powerful lesson from the Let Them Theory is the importance of boundaries. Mel Robbins makes it clear. Boundaries aren't about shutting people out. They're about protecting your own energy and well-being. For a long time, I thought setting boundaries meant I was being selfish or unfriendly. But Mel explains that healthy boundaries actually make relationships stronger. They show people how to treat you, and they give you the space you need to thrive. If someone keeps crossing your boundaries, let them. Let them be who they are. But you don't have to let their actions affect your peace of mind. You get to decide what you will and won't accept in your life. For me, this meant learning to say no without feeling guilty. It meant turning down invitations when I needed rest, or stepping back from conversations that drained my energy. At first, it felt uncomfortable. But over time, I realized that boundaries aren't walls, they're doors. They let in what's good for you and keep out what isn't. If you struggle with boundaries, remember, you're not responsible for other people's reactions. You're only responsible for your own well-being. Here's a practical tip. When you set a boundary, keep it simple. You don't have to explain yourself or apologize. Just say, I can't make it this time, or that doesn't work for me. The more you practice, the easier it gets. And you'll notice that the people who respect your boundaries are the ones who truly value you. Lesson 3. Letting go of approval seeking sets you free. One of the most challenging habits to break is the need for approval. We all want to be liked. We want people to think we're smart, kind, and capable. But when we start living for other people's approval, we lose touch with who we really are. Mel Robbins shares stories about how seeking approval can lead to anxiety, resentment, and even burnout. She encourages us to let them have their opinions. Let them judge. Let them misunderstand you. Let them gossip. You can't control what other people think or say, but you can control how you respond. For me, this was a game changer. I used to stress out over every little thing. What my boss thought, what my friends said, even what strangers online might think. But when I started to let go of that need for approval, I felt so much more confident and relaxed. I realized that the people who really matter will support me no matter what. And the rest? Let them. If you're struggling with people-pleasing, try reminding yourself that your worth isn't tied to anyone else's opinion. You get to decide what matters to you. Here's a real-world example. Maybe you post something on social media and someone leaves a negative comment. Instead of obsessing over it, remind yourself, let them have their opinion. It doesn't define you. Or maybe a colleague disagrees with your idea in a meeting. Let them. You can listen, learn, and move forward without letting their reaction shake your confidence. It takes practice, but the freedom you gain is worth it. Lesson 4. Focus on your own growth and happiness. The let them theory isn't just about letting go of control. It's also about turning your attention inward, toward your own growth, happiness, and goals. Mel Robbins encourages us to use all that energy we used to spend on others and invest it in ourselves. What do you want to learn? What makes you happy? What goals do you want to achieve? When you stop trying to manage everyone else, you suddenly have so much more time and energy for your own life. For me, this meant picking up new hobbies, setting personal goals, and spending more time on things that bring me joy. I started reading more, exercising regularly, and even trying out new recipes in the kitchen. Instead of worrying about what others were doing, I focused on what made me feel alive. This doesn't mean you ignore the people you care about. It just means you put yourself on your own priority list. If you've been feeling stuck or drained, ask yourself, what would I do if I stopped worrying about everyone else? You might be surprised at how much you can accomplish when you let go and focus on your own journey. Here's a tip. Write down a list of things you've always wanted to try, but put off because you were worried about what others might think. Pick one and give it a shot. You'll be amazed at how empowering it feels. And the more you focus on your own happiness, the more positive energy you bring to everyone around you. Lesson 5. Peace comes from acceptance, not control. The final lesson from the let them theory is all about acceptance. Mel Robbins says that true peace doesn't come from controlling your circumstances or the people around you. It comes from accepting things as they are. This doesn't mean you stop trying to improve your life. It just means you stop fighting reality. If someone doesn't support you, let them. If a situation isn't perfect, let it be. Acceptance doesn't mean giving up. It means making peace with what you can't change and taking action where you can. For me, this lesson was a huge relief. I realized that I'd been wasting so much energy fighting things I couldn't control. When I started to accept people and situations as they were, I felt calmer and more at ease. I could focus on what I could change, my attitude, my actions, and my choices. If you're feeling anxious or frustrated, try practicing acceptance. Remind yourself that you don't have to fix everything. Let them be who they are. Let life unfold as it will. You'll be amazed at how much lighter you feel. Here's a practical exercise. The next time you catch yourself getting upset about something you can't control, pause and take a deep breath. Say to yourself, let them. Then ask, what can I do right now to take care of myself? Sometimes the answer is as simple as going for a walk, calling a friend, or just letting yourself feel your feelings. Acceptance is a practice, and the more you do it, the more peaceful your life becomes. In the Let Them theory, Mel Robbins gives us a simple but powerful tool for living a happier, more peaceful life. She reminds us that we can't control other people, but we can control our own choices. By letting go of approval-seeking, setting healthy boundaries, and focusing on our own growth, we can find real freedom and joy. It's not about ignoring the people you care about. It's about respecting yourself enough to let go of what you can't control. If you'd like to check out the book, you'll find a link in the description box of this video. And if you enjoyed this video, please help us out by taking a few seconds to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Finally, if you want to dive deeper into Mel Robbins' ideas for building confidence and self-worth, then watch our video about the 5 lessons you can learn from the High 5 Habit book summary. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.